In chapter 17 of the Count of Monte Cristo, the Abbé shows Dantès the tools he's made over the years, and his manuscript on the history of the Italian monarchy. Dantès tells the Abbé the story of his life, ending with his puzzlement over his betrayal and the reason for his arrest. The Abbé relates the maxim, if you wish to find the guilty party, first discover whose interests the crime serves. Who would have benefited from Dantès' arrest? The evidence points to Danglars, Fernand, Caderousse, and Villefort. Dantès, stunned, swears an oath of revenge. When the Abbé visits next, he notices the change in Dantès and regrets that he had a part in it. Dantès persuades the Abbé to teach him all he knows of mathematics, physics, history, and modern languages, and Dantès soaks up all this knowledge and his instructor's aristocratic countenance and polite manners. They begin to dig another tunnel. When they get to the outside wall, Dantès will tie up and gag the sentry and use the Abbé's rope ladder to climb down the wall. But just as the tunnel is completed, Abbé Faria has a seizure. He tells Dantès that a red liquid hidden in the leg of his bed might revive him, and the potion works, but the Abbé's right arm and leg are paralyzed, and he knows that a third attack will kill him, as it did his father and grandfather. He's not physically able to carry out their escape plan and urges Dantès to escape alone, but Dantès swears that he will not leave the Abbé behind. In chapter 18 of the Count of Monte Cristo, the Abbé tells Dantès he wants to share his treasure with him. Dantès fears this is a sign that the Abbé is really mad. But later in the evening, Faria tells Dantès he was once the secretary and friend of a cardinal who was an Italian prince, last in the line of a very wealthy family, who left everything to the Abbé when he died, including an old will that gave the location of a fabulous family treasure hidden on the Isle of Monte Cristo. But before the Abbé was able to search for the treasure, he was arrested. Now the Abbé wants to make Dantès his son and heir. If he dies before they escape, the treasure will belong to Dantès. In chapter 19 of the Count of Monte Cristo, Dantès makes a map of Monte Cristo, and the Abbé advises him on how to find the treasure. Dantès no longer thinks Faria is mad. The prison officials have made some repairs to the outside gallery, closing off the escape the pair had been digging. Faria soon has a third seizure, and he advises Dantès to find the treasure and enjoy it, and then dies. Dantès goes back to his own cell before the jailer arrives with breakfast, and listens as the prison officials place the body in a sack, lock it in the cell, and make plans to pick it up late in the evening, before heading back into the Abbé's cell.